in from Rainy Rocks. You guys asked for it, so I am going to show you how I made these guys. Crystals using borax. So I have all the tools and ingredients that I need to make this. So I have here chenille pipe cleaners, and I'm going to, these are the white ones. I find, I mean, you can, if you're going to make, like for instance, this one, like in blue, you could use blue pipe cleaners, but I just find I like using the white ones better. I have some fishing line, and you don't have to use fishing line. You could use dental floss, but I have a lot of this from my wind chime making days. Scissors. I have this measuring cup that I use specifically for this purpose. I have my borax. This is what you're going to need. I'm going to need some more eventually. A paper plate to cover it up. And I'm using food coloring. And so today I thought I would make a purple crystal. So we have blue and red spoon, and I have already preheated my water here. Now the water, it's important that it's just before boiling point. You don't want it too hot, so I've actually let it sit for, I don't know, I boiled it on my electric kettle here, and I've let it sit now for about, I'd say a good 10 minutes. Okay, so now we'll just get started. So, first things first, let me just prepare, and we're going to need a chopstick, because it's going to be placed like this. Okay, so let's just get started on making the shape with the pipe cleaner. And now you guys can make it any shape you like. So you just connect your pipe cleaners. I think I'm going to make this one a tad larger than this. Okay, so now what you pretty much gauge the size that you want. I think I'm going to maybe a little bit smaller than that. I think that's going to be good. So I'm just going to connect that. And then yes, use this part and just start intersecting or interweaving the pipe cleaner. Now what's important here is you want to have enough pipe cleaners, or use enough of them, so that way there aren't that much space in between the sections. Because obviously the borax will need something to adhere to. And you'll just, if I left it like this, the borax would not cover this area in here. So I think this one I'm going to turn into a bowl, like a bowl shape. I might make it bigger. We'll see. Oops. Okay, we're just going to speed this process up. So there we have it. I think I'm happy with this shape. Now you guys, I'm not going to lie to you. Sometimes they don't always turn out the way that you want them to. So you just have to keep practicing and don't give up. Because believe me, I have fails too. I actually tried one the other day to make a video, and it didn't work out. I don't know why, but it just didn't. So here I am making now another video with hopefully this one actually working. I think maybe the water was too hot. I don't know, but whatever. If first you don't succeed, try again. There. Okay, so I've cut some fishing line. It's not very long. It'll have to be shorter. And what I'm going to do is just tie it. Oh my goodness. Seriously. Okay. And it'll just be suspended like this. You don't want you don't really want this touching the sides. So that looks like good. And it looks like I'll have to fill this up pretty much to the top. So now, once you've affixed the fishing line to your shape, you need to attach it to your chopstick or whatever it is, a straw. You can use a straw, anything that could just suspend it. This one is actually pretty big. So this one, yeah, right about there. All right, and there you have it. Please work. I think that's perfect. Okay, so now we're going to get to the fun part. I'll set this aside, put these away. I think the water's pretty good. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to fill it up. Go. And we're going to start adding our borax. Now, I don't have an exact measurement of how much borax to use. You just go by the look. What I mean, you'll see what I mean. So, I'm just adding the borax into the water, to the hot water. And I'm going to keep adding until I start seeing that the borax is no longer dissolving. Stir it up. break up the chunks in there because I have chunks in here for putting you know, the wet spoon in here. What is that now? That's 4 so far. And I don't know if you guys can see, but if you can see here, you'll see that, I don't know, I have to make sure that those chunks are broken up. Nope, definitely needs more. Okay, so let's break that up. I'll stop stirring for a minute. And you can see there that the borax is no longer dissolving. There's some on the bottom there, but I'm going to go ahead and add one more teaspoon, or what's this? Tablespoon. Okay. Let's leave this for a minute. Actually, there is quite a bit of water in here. What is this? This is a 4-cup measuring cup. This holds 4 cups of water, but this is about 5 cups of water. Yeah, I think we're good. There's enough on the bottom there that it's no longer dissolved. The hot water is no longer dissolving it. Okay, perfect. So I'm going to prepare this first. So now what I like to do is, oops, that's not good. I thought I'd hide that. Let's get that in there. Dip that in. Just get rid of some bubbles. Like that. Okay, so that's saturated. Now we're going to add our colors. I have blue. I'm just going by what the color will look like. I'm not really counting the drops. And when you guys try this, you can mix whatever colors you like. purple. Let's take a look here. Oops. Let's dip that in. I think I want mine to be a light purple. Might add a little bit more. Maybe a couple more drops of each color. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Stir that up again. Let's spin that in there. And there you have it. So now we're gonna cover this up. This paper plate. Let's keep the heat in a bit longer, and we're gonna let this sit for about 5 to 6 hours. No, from 5 to 6 hours up to 24 hours. If you don't find that you don't have enough crystal formations on your shape, what you can do is just reheat the water, and I just literally stick this in the microwave, and then add a little bit more borax, cover it up, and hope for the best. So we'll leave it at that, and we'll be back to see what we got. Alright, so we're back, and here she is all dried and sealed. I let it dry for about 4 days, and then once it dried, I sealed it with this stuff. Krylon clear gloss, and I made sure that I coated every square inch of this. Because I'm not going to be putting resin or coating this with resin. If it was a smaller piece, you could use it in your resin for geode art, that sort of thing. But I'm not. I'm going to actually use this as a trinket dish. I think it'll be really cool. I made sure to spray it to seal it properly, because if you don't, over time what will happen is it will fall apart. So now that it's dry, and you'll see in the background here, I actually made one yesterday. This one hasn't fully dried, but I did it in greens. Look how, and I made this one way larger than this one. Isn't it pretty? But oh, and I decided instead of suspending it, I decided just to lay it in, actually did this one in a pot, because I needed something bigger than my measuring cup. And so look what happened. I got this really cool slice of almost, it's like a stand. I think that's just awesome. And then I had another one here, which is a little bit more of a bluey purple. And you can see here I've already had the same thing. I laid it down instead of suspending it, and it created this crystal stand for me. So I really like it, and you can see that I have already coated this with the hot glue gun, which we're going to do with this one. So we'll just flip that over, and we'll just grab the glue gun and just coat it. Oh, I gotta tell you guys today, today I started making one of my geode mirrors, and it took me 2.5 hours to glue the stones to the side of the frame. And then laying, my first 2 coats of resin, and then deciding what colors I was gonna do. But, I was exhausted. Literally from 10 o'clock in the morning until 5 o'clock in the afternoon. That's all I did. But when I was gluing the rocks to the sides of the frame, I swear I wanted to throw this glue gun away. I just got so frustrated and tired. But I'm going to show you guys actually. I'm just going to let that heat up a little bit. I'll give you a little glimpse of what I'm making. I will do a video for you guys with a smaller mirror, but this one is quite large. It's 30-inch in diameter, and the frame is 6 inches wide, about, let me see, 1, 2, 3 inches deep. So, the video would just take forever and ever. What on earth is that noise? Oh, I know what that is. That's Sebastian. That's our hamster. Sounds like his wheel needs greasing. I'm just going to coat this. I don't think my heat gun likes me either. This is taking, sorry guys, this is taking forever. And just give it a good coat. And while this is drying, I'll show you guys quickly the mirror that I'm working on. Okay. I think with this one I'm going to paint it purple, because purple and gold go well together. Okay. There we go. Now, you guys don't have to do this, but I find that it just finishes it off. Now with this one, when I hot glued it, I didn't actually put hot glue on this part here because it's too pretty to cover up. I'm curious to see what this one's going to look like when it's fully dry, because they do lighten up as they dry. so we're gonna let this dry. And I think we're good. I don't think I need any more. I don't want to touch the glue because I already burnt myself enough today as it is. But you'll see I've given it a good coat. Pretty much covered it all. Add a little bit over here actually. And right there. Maybe a little bit here. There. Okay, put that there. Let's let that dry for a few minutes. And I'll bring you guys down. Okay, so here's the mirror that I'm working on. This is the frame. And then getting these, this glass stuck to the sides. Oh my goodness. It was a nightmare. But yeah, I've took the mirror out so that way I don't have to worry about taping the mirror and protecting it. And I still have a few more layers to go. I have to do the glitter lines and lines with Posca pens, that sort of thing, to make it look a little more authentic. But I think it's going to turn out pretty darn good. Pretty nice. Tell me what you guys think. I will do a video of me making another geode mirror, but on a smaller scale. This one's quite big, and I spent many hours yesterday and today making this happen. So anyways, let's get back to the trinket dish. Okay, so the glue has now dried and it's time to paint it. So I'm going to be using Tester's Gold. It's one of my favorites. And I have, give it a good shake again. And I have brushes that I specifically use for these paints. These are enamel paints. Oh, there's a bug flying around in here. And then we just Alright, so you guys get the drift. You paint it. We're just going to speed this up a little bit. Okay. I'll go in later and touch this up. But right now, I'm just doing the edges here. And I see how pretty this is. Isn't it pretty? I mean, obviously the paint will come off the bottom now, but for this video's sake, look at it. It is so, I love it. It's gorgeous. You can put ring, your, your favorite rings, any piece of jewelry that you like. It's gonna dab a little bit going inwards because, well, it's a crystal. It's not supposed to be perfect. Maybe a little bit there. There you go. Put that where the glue kind of came through. There. And here, definitely. And there you have it. Can you get in a little bit closer? I don't want to touch it. I can't. Zoom in. It's trying. As if it's not focusing very well. Sorry, guys. No. I'll just bring it up. My hands look good. But here you have it. Back. And then I'm going to do the same with the green one and this purple or bluey purple. And that'll be that. All right, thank you for watching. Have a great night. Bye now.